I think it's.
Didn't hear once, we both have that.
I have not, maybe not.
Yeah, Paul,
He's still healthy. I don't know. I mean, you've heard her feel like 94 years old, you don't know what to expect.
okay, you're now recording and Paul is coming in. There he is.
He probably he probably fell asleep waiting.
Technical difficulties.
You're muted, Paul, and we could not get connected to the Wi-Fi. I don't know why. But we're here now.
All right, good.
Okay. So.
I seconded.
You seconded, any other discussion on minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions?
I don't know
Yours.
what you vote. I don't know what you propose, so
Minutes.
minutes? Okay,
Minute,
I'm in.
okay. Good. Now, you do not seem to have any representatives of IMPA or TPF or the state. So we'll look right through that. I will report that Callie Kowalski, who is the project manager for TPL on this IMPA project, contacted me, he called me, and just to give me an update that the ball is starting to roll, and she's working with them, and you will not be here. And I expressed our concern that we haven't had any stakeholder input at the very beginning level. So I said to her, could I send her some stuff that she would forward to Mike Repath and the IMPA people. So I sent a map of the historic sites. I sent my first draft of a management plan for Minpro. It's not approved, but it does have our goals in there for conservation of natural resources, historic resources, and recreation.
Did you send that to us? Have we
No,
seen it?
I sent that to Callie.
Yeah, but have we seen, have I seen it? No.
Maybe it was dated 21.
Years ago.
Yeah. I started working on that. This management plan that I started working on, I was told to hold up and wait until the state came up with a plan. So that's what we've been doing for the last 3 years of waiting. And so it's a very slow process, but in the meantime, I thought it's something in writing that states our goals with pride. And so I sent a couple of the other maps. And so what Callie and I agreed was that I would not send things directly to Mike Repath, because if he gets something from Tom, something from me, something from Rob, something from, he's going to ignore them all. So he knows Callie, he's the boss, and I hope he knows Mark is the boss. And so I would make the recap to get to him, because then he only has one email to open, and and it's somebody that will pay attention. So that's the update on the input. Any comments, questions?
Maybe I missed it. Did they ever send us an example of one of their projects? Like
Yes, they
finished
did.
project? I just like to see one as well.
Did they, I've seen that.
Which was,
No.
which would be a mobile.
You, no.
I guess I haven't seen.
Oh, it was more, something that showed the mobile. Use
Yeah, like what will it look like when you're done?
Here's horseback trails, here's mountain bike trails, here's hiking trails, here's hiking trails.
Actually, they have. Or somebody had. The Rock Creek, Ruby Vines.
But isn't that the one that has?
Yeah, I forwarded that information.
Okay, that is actually an IMBA trail solution project.
Does that mobile use trails on
Yep,
it? That was nice, I've seen it, that's all.
Create a database.
okay. Right, Tom, can you forward that out to all of those states?
Yep.
If
Rockland Preserve in Madison.
there we
Oh, Madison, no, we're-
go. Anyway, that, years ago, before COVID, I think, I went to a workshop at CSCC on the Rockland Preserve. And the guy who was in charge of that led the workshop with the teacher who was a mountain biker and got all the kids and volunteers involved. And then they both read this, and as I was flipping through the thing that Tom forwarded, and you've probably seen it, right?
No, he sent it to. I sent it to Friends of Models Pond.
And so you.
I saw it.
You saw it, yeah. So that was their PowerPoint.
Yeah.
For this.
Yes.
This thing, and they went through how they balanced the conservation resources, the hikers, the mountain bikers, and parking with 2 towns.
I'd love to say that sounds good.
Yeah, so it's, I haven't, gone down to see it, but in this presentation, it's magnificent what they did. Just,
Well, we have a copy of that presentation that we're talking about.
Yeah. All right, well, but no, you would ask for the presentation and they hadn't sent anything new.
I haven't done anything unless I missed, it's possible, I miss things on stupid. I get so much stuff, and now with politics going on, I'm getting every Democrat running in the United States asks money from me.
Well, they heard you, tired of all.
I guess like. You need to get some, what have you got? If I got one, it'd be better, because if you get that many, you can't do it, you're overwhelmed.
I get them too, I get them in the mail. And
Yeah, I get texts, I get email, and I get email.
they don't check me.
I don't know how they got my text, that one's. I don't normally give out my cell phone to.
I'm almost 65, everybody wants to be on financial advice now. Get ready for Medicaid.
Yep.
Medicare.
Yeah, I get the.
Wait till you start getting the assisted living, bro.
Oh, no, I haven't got that yet.
No shit.
Do that.
I mean, they start coming.
I made a mistake of doing the ARP garage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
I never have.
there's another state park, called the Preserve down in Essex, Westbrook area.
Yeah.
And I visited that last weekend and it's one that wasn't designed very well, multi-use for hikers, bikers. So.
if we don't want to see that.
So
But
I-
INVA did this. one.
I think we're very, very fortunate to have IMPA and Trail Solutions as a partner.
Right, yeah,
Uh,
that's this one you're talking about is one they did.
Yeah. And
So you're gonna send that to Rutgers.
Yes, I sent it out to again, friends of Model Ponds, if we wanted to do a road trip down there as a group. And the only, Ross said he was interested, and my wife was interested.
I missed that too. Unless I didn't-
We haven't done the road. Which is,
Well, I don't know, I don't always get not Friends of Mountain Pond stuff, I don't know why, but.
You were set up a separate email, a new email. For like important,
Right, that's what I'm gonna do.
you know,
My Gmail is junk. 50 junk
Yeah,
emails.
my email gets everything from my
I
business.
asked
you can just set up.
I used, I had one like.
But bring it back in.
Which
Okay, listen.
but we've got another meeting after.
Just set up, wow, Gmail,
Tell us about Ride the
and
East.
just give that to who you would really want to hear from.
so,
Pay attention.
My son did that.
so right the East Coast Greenway. Comes down to the Hot River Trail into Willimantic. And then it continues on the airline trail out toward Rhode Island. Where they're gonna be doing a ride, several ride events on June 8th. And a part of that ride, the rides are actually gonna go not on the East Coast Greenway particularly, but they're gonna be on the airline trail heading toward East Hampton from Willimantic. And it's the Wyndham Chamber of Commerce is sponsoring this as a fundraising event for Trusted Public Land. So Trusted Public Land is involved. And each ride will stop at the boat launch in Columbia, so that Trusted Public Land can talk about what they're doing. And we've asked to participate either on their behalf or as representatives of Friends of Model Pond. They could. If we could have somebody to at least do the short ride, which would be from Willimantic to Columbia and back. And
On the Hot River?
on the airline trail.
Oh, short ride on.
Yeah, so the airline trail
Did
is,
you go like to Chesbro, then from Chesbro come over to the boat launch?
they're actually gonna go, I think, up to Leonard Bridge. To the boat launch, and then from the boat launch, they're gonna be down the other way, Chesbro. Just kind of a loop.
Okay.
And we kind of, they've already. It's pretty well planned out with the DEP, Kim Bradley's gonna be a part of it. They're gonna open up gates and things for the longer rides, so it'll be easier for people to cross roads and things, so it's, and then so the whole event really, it starts at the Gilson House and ends at the Gilson House in Willimantic. And because it's sponsored by the Wyndham Chamber of Commerce, they wanna get people involved with the after the rise, you go into the businesses there.
That sounds cool.
Yep. Anything else with that, or is that?
Oh my God.
Yeah, we need some, wait, which boat launch?
Our boat launch on Mount Pond.
Right at the,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I thought you.
On Hunt Road.
on Hunt Road.
Yeah, and they were asking on Hunt Road, they were asking about whether they, because they're gonna have vehicles and things, like sad vehicles and different things, so if somebody has bike problems or problems, they're like, so we know that road's being repaired, I said, oh yeah, it'll be repaired before then, so it's good that it's open now.
Boy, that was a little fake.
No, I'll sit at the Hunt Road boat launch. Because I don't know, on the Hot River Trail the other day, and I didn't get very far.
Well, the trails were pretty, right now, the trails are pretty sad shape from all the erosion from the rain, and trees across them. Depending on where you are, which town you're in. Like out in Capitol, it's just a disaster right now.
Yes,
Okay.
okay, so I'll be there. June 8th. You fill me in on what time and what I'm doing. Wait. Okay. We have no acquisition update. Camp Laurel, I understand is moving along. And will be under the ownership of Avalonia Land Trust, which is a land trust that focuses on southeastern Connecticut. They overlap a little bit with Justice Trust in Franklin and Pleasant. Avalonia put their hand up and Camp Laurel.
They're gonna buy it?
Yeah.
Wow,
With TPL's
wow.
and Kathy Austin's bill is wending its way through committee, so the state may take a money.
Great.
Okay,
So I'm looking it up just now, the spelling on that is Avalonia. Avalonia Land Conservancy.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
oh,
I've seen them somewhere, they must be down south, I've done some work somewhere near that, I
yeah,
can't remember.
they have several properties. Their claim to fame is that they do a lot of habitat restoration. They get this piece of land and they do things like remove invasives or clear some forest for the New England cotton. They got a lot of press on that project.
Where are they based?
Norwich area, right around Norwich. I'm not really sure where the office is. Might be.
I did now, but I don't know to get into it yet.
Wonder if there'll be any attempt to join the. Remember, we talked about having a connecting piece to bring it to the park owners, so.
Right, I don't know, that would be up to Apple only if they want to get into them.
They connected the Monopons thing.
Yeah, it just needed a small connector, I think.
But
I can't visualize where
I'm
that is.
pretty sure
It's
that,
a short connector to the airline trail.
Right.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
Inland.
which connects to,
All right.
so it's,
That's not. Kind of neat, any of these lands that we can preserve that run along the airline trail, right? Are really cool. I mean, it's-
I just hiked last weekend for 2 days with my daughter. We did the Goodwin Trail, which goes East Haven to East Lyme, 14 miles. It was really pretty cool. That took a lot of coordination while the town. And Yale University, was a big chunk of it, and then Niantic State Forest.
They're based in Old Mystic.
Like Old Mystic, yeah, Avalonia.
yeah,
Okay, I just, I did something with, cut the public land down with the North Stone, there's Stone Hill. But they were the ones that involved in that, one. Might have been, I heard the name before. That's the next piece to pick up.
there is a Stonington land trust, but they focus on, equitable housing. You know, they, instead of buying up land, they buy up houses and flip them for, so it's a completely different focus from Justice. Okay, well, planning and zoning, we do not have Justin. I'll table that.
Paul, is Justin still around?
Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah, I've talked to him.
You're on mute, Paul.
He's traveling. For work.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's, well, I saw he was in Chicago yesterday, but where he was going, I don't know.
They're mainly working on revising the zoning regs to allow more, senior and affordable housing. Working on that, that's been their focus.
yes,
They meet in a subcommittee and other groups are joining that, like code, commission on diversity and equity. So, they haven't set a public hearing. And it hasn't gone to full planning zone commission yet.
right. But for this, I met with Justin, a week or two ago, and, the big deal, the big trick here is to make this attractive for a developer. In other words, you need it to be affordable, but the developer needs to make money. Otherwise, he won't do it. You see, because if you don't do it that way, then you've got to get like federal stuff, you've got to start housing authority and subsidies, and Columbia is too small for that.
It's
So-
stuff is building costs are so high, it's tough to, you say affordable, it's tough.
Very tough.
I don't know how you do it.
Subject to, you know, all of that, and you've got to meet. You say, okay, let's put more housing on a piece of land, which is one thing they will propose. But you still have to meet the Eastern Highland Health District requirements for the second water and all of that. And
Well, if you build one building that can have, or one unit on a lot that's smokable, like a four unit thing on a lot, you can kind of cut down some of the costs that way.
Right.
And you're still only building one septic and you're still only
One
building
well.
one well.
right,
That's the only way, but it's what I've been familiar with, there's still like $250,000 for one bedroom units.
But that's a lot better than what most of them are 300 to 400.
Yeah.
Most small houses.
So it's tough when you say affordable housing, you're not thinking of, you thinking people really having tough times, and what can they afford? Unless you have some sort of government, something like what's the village back here,
Dartmouth.
Dartmouth, that's somehow support, that's the government.
Yes,
Yeah, they got a big federal grant to redo that septic. That was a $500,000 septic project.
But my father-in-law lived there for a while, it was very reasonable to live there. It was based on what your income and stuff like that,
right.
but that's not gonna happen through a private developer.
No, the Tuttles built that, Bob Tuttle. And look, they lived next door to me, so Audrey could tell me about the headaches, working with federal government. It's, and a developer's not gonna do that.
Okay.
It's too much trouble. So the other thing is, these regs that they're doing for the affordable housing will be separate, a separate kind of special permit. And so they won't affect the rest of the regs. So he tells me, but they will do away with the open space set aside on the affordable. So I reminded him that when they get to the rest of the regs, that is our only source of income. The open space set. For the regular. So, not that we give permission, but what I think the reason he met with me was to seek our support, my support and yours by extension to support them in eliminating the open space set aside.
Well, some, even though they still have to meet wetland regulations and things like that, but there's still
Right,
restrictions on how much they can.
they do. And
Mhm.
hopefully, they will give some consideration to aesthetics and
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, because,
yeah,
I mean, you're just not, you just don't want intense construction. I mean, you want it to be aesthetically, I mean, it could look like crap, it could look like a project. I mean, if you're not careful, I mean, to build it the cheapest way possible, and I mean, I really hope that they have some sort of design oversight.
Well, it's a special exception, so. The developer, whoever's doing it isn't by right, he has to meet certain requirements, and you can always deny it. But I'm not sure how they'll set that up, so, because
okay.
I don't have an update on any FA land conservation. Nothing's happened there. And the only thing on Pine Street parking is Rob is still gonna try to come up with where the trail will go. We owe the neighbors
Tom just volunteered to go with me, so we're trying to get done.
and we owe the neighbors this is what we would like to do. That's the next step. So we haven't done anything other than that.
I have no more excuses, the weather's getting good, so.
We had beautiful weather.
No.
Anytime I get hard to do it, it snows, it rains, or, I mean, look at how few good days. There was, no offense, but that's not, I finally get a good day, I have other things to do too.
No.
Trail Alliance, did I show you this?
Yes, where you go towards left.
I did. Did I show
No.
open space?
No, oh, where'd you get that, 7-1?
I went to the upriver Trail Alliance, got it. And there are pulled up maps for the whole thing, but this outlines, and we get approval, we're not going to have that one. It outlines they got a grant for new signage on the Hot River Trail. And so they're going to make it uniform mileage, road crossings, what town you're in, and more signage like you are here. Because when you go off on rail trail, you get, even though you're going in a straight line and you can't really get lost, you may lose track of where you are.
Right.
And it's also important to sign it for emergency. So if somebody had an accident on the trail and you whip out your phone and call 911 and say, where are you? You may not know, and you may not know which is the closest access for the emergency vehicle. So it's all related to that. And we also hope to add signage in the future about attractions.
Where did they get the grant from?
It's a state of Connecticut trails grant.
Also, the Hop River Bridge and culvert behind Main Moose were finally funded. Over $3 million. So that's gonna go forward finally.
What was it?
The Hop River Trail Bridge
Oh,
behind
bridge,
Main
oh,
Moose and the culvert expansion, widening the culvert so vehicles could get through with maintenance of the trail.
Oh, that, of the tunnel, you mean,
The tunnel at Flanders Road.
which I wonder why that is, that's like,
I know,
because you'll be able to get, so we're gonna build a new bridge,
but it's a walking bridge, not
it's
a.
just a walking bridge, it could take a bit.
So
So how do you, we'll have to create some sort of an access point. for a vehicle lane.
Right, at Flanders.
Right now, you can't get a vehicle anywhere.
No.
Although I think there's a spot right near the Shad's building where you probably could get a vehicle in.
Yeah, but then you're blocked.
It's not illegal.
because of the interaction that East Coast Greenway with Monmouth Pond. I got myself invited along with Ann to participate in the Hot River Trail Alliance and the Airline Trail Alliance. So those three, the East Coast Greenway. I'm now participating as a representative for Columbia.
And the airline, have you hooked up with the 12-town consortium?
Yep.
Because that got started long ago, probably 8 years ago.
Yep,
That was a net item, right?
Tom and I.
Oh, yeah, there you go, 12-town. That's a good one. Good, it's still working on the map.
Yes, they,
The 8-year master.
the person that was heading it up the last time was retired, so that a new person, so that. Project, the grant they got was for CT. Or was it Connecticut, CTRPD, right, is the one that's heading up the master planning. And the discussion is that they're gonna have one organization over the whole airline trail. And then they want to split and have one for the north and one for the south, Willimantic being the midpoint. And so the Columbia would be
Where's
the
that?
south.
So we're
Airline.
Columbia to Portland?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Hop River Preserve. We met the other night and we have a plan for, an archaeological dig, which will occur from July to August. It will involve, Joan, of course, you'll probably did most of it. The Friends of the State Archaeologist, FOSTA, FOSA, is a friends group, like Friends of Mount, but these are friends of the state archaeologists. Because Connecticut, in its wisdom, funds a state archaeologist, but no staff. And don't help. So they started a funds group and they do these raw rapid archaeologists and they go out and do this for the archaeology.
Where will you find more on that subject so we can put it out on the website and get the public can expect?
I will get that for you from Joan, because I'm the joint chairman of that group. You know, I know nothing, but I put the agendas out and chair meeting. Joan is the brains, so I will.
Wasn't the archaeologist in Columbia a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, back behind, up behind, Utley Hill.
Yes.
Yeah, and they found some arrowheads and stuff and.
We-
So you were, and so, and
We
yes,
also had a dig behind, Beck Park.
Yes, we did.
yeah,
And at the root cellar,
Right.
we had a dig there. Okay,
So the upper, the GPR, I don't know if you guys went to the GPR presentation like a month or so ago. So the guy that did that is gonna be the speaker at the Historical Society annual meeting, which is gonna be in Yeoman Hall Friday night, April 26th. So he's gonna do a short presentation again on the Hop River site.
okay, Salmon River Partnership. You're on.
oh, well. They're active. The Salmon River is flowing.
Yeah, we had a meeting last night, I guess, I don't see anything earth shaking in the fact that Mark, we had talked to this group about asking for more money to give, and we did.
How much?
Another $100, that's great. So we're, instead of 500, we're up to 600, that's a pretty good percentage, and we kind of want to support that. And I talked to, what was it, Pat Young, about that, and we came up with the kind of would be, and we're one of the few who has remitted. I mean, we're up to date, whereas many towns are behind. Okay.
Oh, good for us.
Of course, there,
We completed the culvert and we paid her.
and actually, I don't start that same resolution, I'm on the signature
Yes,
for each town, but it looks like it's one.
Yeah.
In my office, you can see the map. Yeah, now most of the towns, of course, contribute a lot more. Yeah, because we have such a small portion.
Yeah.
Of what, but they have a lot of activity, they have a full-time intern who's now graduating. They're getting ready to put their temperature loggers, their salinity loggers in to various locations, and they have data for at least 5 or 6 years. He's been collecting, I don't know what they're gonna do with it, doesn't seem to change much.
that's good.
What kind of data? Water quality or something like that?
Well, specifically temperature over the season, over the course of months.
Yeah.
And salinity.
Hmm.
So they're worried about runoff from roads and stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
And they reported some of that to the state. All good stuff, you know, it's hard, and they about high school students. Scouting group. You know, it sounds like a great project. Again, what it amounts to, I can't speak to. They're active on all the public things going on, you know, like the Maple Fest in Hebron. They have the table, and they pass out literature about both the Sand River Partnership and the 8 Mile River, when she gets a chance. So I think it's a neat organization. Now, they ask for a report, you know, from them that's doing. And of course, they're all interested in parking in Mono Pond. And they don't want to push it too hard right now because there's no place to park. That comes up every month or every 2 months. We all know that. I keep saying there's progress. There's park.
Probably the best place for public parking, you know, because you can't bring all the routes in. That's the logical place, but, you know, there's nowhere to park there.
Well, either,
But they're interested in Mint Brook, right?
yes, well,
Yeah. So if you park on 207 and come down the Airline Trail, then you can follow Mint Brook up to us.
how do you
I
find
think it's to be a cost, it's a good property.
It's not our property.
You can go through Casino.
The state property.
Go through the power line.
Oh, up there.
We'll do a
Okay,
power line to
we're
pick up.
power- The Airline Trail.
Yeah, that's pretty, so it's ambitious, of course, we haven't, yeah. Obviously, this, we all know the issue with parking. This group would like to have to move it, you know. They can call it-
Okay.
So it's gonna be a short walk to the brook anyways.
That's,
No, well, it would be, in my opinion, if we park down the hill on Wellswood. Or, Favorland,
Silverstein,
Silver Street. Top of it.
right? We need to acquire Silverstein and Jake's.
And they can,
Lucarelli's, if
No.
if you came in off of, what's the, yeah, Keeney, the dead end,
No,
You gotta cut right through Mark's farm.
you go right through his barnyard. You can't bring public. That's,
but that's a road, I mean.
I know, but it only gives Lucarelli access to get to his property. It's not really designed as
it's
a
not,
public.
But what's the difference between that road?
what?
It's not that great a road.
The Hebron, so Hebron is the one that shut that road down.
And they,
Oh,
Just the way they attempted to shut Wellswood Road down.
oh,
which then causes problems because it's a public road.
Right.
But Kinney, I don't know, it gets really complicated with Kinney, because that one was just, I don't think it was ever a road. Really? Because it
Yeah,
ends in Lucarelli.
It
It doesn't go.
goes all the way through.
Doesn't go all the way
Yeah,
through.
and that's why it was mislabeled on some maps as Keeney when you got all the way over to Pine Street.
Because it was Wellswood.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the confusion. Kinney is mislabeled in Columbia. Kinney ends in Hebron.
It's not a great road, I mean,
No,
I've walked that area, there's some areas, I don't know how they got there, but wagon through there, but I mean, you can do it physically, but it's not like Wellswood, you come off Wellswood and through over to Pine Street, it's basically a reasonable road. At least it was. It's not
and
great.
don't lose sight, I need executive session.
okay.
Lay that.
yeah, okay, so. It's
We're gonna need it.
moving right on.
Let's,
Friends of Mount Pond?
yeah,
I'll do it quick. So we know nothing yet on the grant. The Aspen update, they haven't decided yet who's getting the grant.
okay,
The other events is Trails Day, which is June 1st and 2nd, which would be, at this point, hikes coming off of the Hunt Road boat launch. June 1st, and then a hike coming off of Leonard Bridge. The other thing with Friends of Mono Pond, and I had asked Mark to get an update, was, we had asked for dates. And the Board of Selectmen had approved it for, Wellswoods Road in different locations. Didn't know whether, when that might be coming to or not.
Yeah, so I asked that for her and I to discuss that. When we could make that a real project as opposed to something future project.
Okay, and then the other thing was, Porter School. They had reached out to Friends of Mount Pond, they're having a STEM night on Wednesday, May 1st, and asked if we would like to participate. It's environmental sustainability is their theme. And so I immediately said, yes, but can I bring other organizations? And they said, absolutely. So, Ann and I have been talking about whether Josh's Trust, Historical Society, Friends of Mount Pond, whether, and my thought was to kind of focus on the whole plan, conservation and development for town, and also include information about the airline trail, the Hop River Trail.
What age group are you talking?
It's, I don't, I've never been to some night at Porter School. They've been doing this every year.
That's it, focus kids towards STEM subjects in high school, like is it 8th grade?
It's, I believe it's a teacher who is a STEM instructor at Porter that heads it up.
So that's science and math.
Right.
yep. Okay, I move that we go into executive session at this time.
You want me to stay or leave?
Instead,
Okay, for land acquisition discussion at 9:56. Turn off the record. Oh, all in favor? Yeah. Aye. And Paul can say.
of course he can.
Obviously. So Ian moved to come out of the executive session at 10:08.
No,
Action was taken.
action was taken. All right.
But do we want a sense of the meeting?
I would just make a motion to support the acquisition of the property discussed And, I'll bring it to the board of selectmen.
Okay,
And then, once if they approve it, then it'll become public. Once I have the paperwork. all
I
resolved.
move that we support the acquisition of this, the PRC.
What it is, right?
Not yet,
Is the proposed.
proposed
acquisition.
action.
I move that we support this.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Okay,
Great,
Okay, good. All right, the only other things was reporting on SCLC conference.
We do that next time.
next time.
I guess we will next time. So those of us who went, write a little report. Because it was a great conference. Okay, I move we adjourn.
Second.
at 10:10.
Yep.
Steve Ballmer.
Thank you all.